YouTube! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! How's it going, guys? You good? Freaking, it's day 12. Don't tell anyone, but there's like 8 days to go. Let's freaking go! Anyways, in this one, guys, we are going to be taking a look at this little 64 gigabyte recorder, that audio recorder that I got off Amazon. I got this because I don't actually have any way of recording with this thing outside of this house. It has to connect to the computer. You might see it in the background, recording away right now. So it has to record to that. So I don't have any way of recording outside, so I got this. I needed it to have audio jack to accept an outside microphone. That is not necessarily a given on these things. And I also wanted it to be, you know, transferable through USB. So instead of, most of them are like micro USB cards and stuff. So I paid like, I think it was like 25-30 quid for this thing. So we're gonna see if it's any good. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it freaking works. Anyways, shall we see what's in the box, guys? Let's go. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Share. Alright, guys, so in the box, flip open this flap. Oh, we get some instructions. Don't need those. And the box, it's not a bad bit rate, it's not the best, like, but it should be fine. There's not a huge amount to this, but I quite like this little carrier case. It's hard packed, it's nice. I have no idea what it feels like, because, you know, this orange skin of mine doesn't allow some feelings. What I do love, I'm looking at it now, what I really do love about this product already is it supplies it with this lovely hard case to keep it nice and safe. But because of that, didn't forget to include some turtle death. It's the small things. It's the small things that matter. Gives it all this and a screen protector look, but still need that turtle death, don't we? Nice. So we've got the unit there. We'll just have a look at that in a second, and you get like a nice little net thing. This case is quite nice in itself. You know, if you've got a camera and you can't be bothered carrying a camera bag and stuff for your SSD cards and that like, boom, you get another battery in there as well, and it'd probably be alright with this. So that's the whole point of this thing, isn't it? It's so that it can go along with something like a lav mic, like the Rode Wireless Go, the original one, because it doesn't have any recording on it. So if you're curious, I'm using my main mic for the audio at the moment, and we'll get into why in a second. So the unit itself, pretty simple. We've got a little volume rocker on the side here and a power button. The mics, it does have built-in mics both sides. You've got just your basic set of buttons and stuff, and on the bottom, the important bit, you've got a mic, headphone and a USB port on the bottom there, USB-C port on the bottom. So basically I'm going to be able to transfer all the data through that, which makes life 100 times easier for me, and I can plug in my lav mic, which means I can give it really good quality audio. So shall we turn this thing on, and I'll get on to how I'm going to test it. It genuinely gives off that vibe of you know, like burner phone, you know, it's a graft phone. It even looks like an old school phone on the front. So anyway, you've obviously got you can store music on here if you want to. Obviously you've got file folder view, you've got a few settings. The settings are nothing to write home about, there's nothing exciting there, just language, date, display settings, password settings, information, format, you know, that's already done. Anyway, I don't want to be reformatting. Maybe. Anyway, so the other things here, these, you don't really, there's nothing in there, you know? So, because there's nothing in there, there's not much to look at. They're just folders, but obviously you've got recordings then. And then in recordings, obviously your library. So once you've saved stuff, it'll all be in there. And then you've got recording formats. Now on the format, you've got an option there. You've got WAV 512, WAV 1536, WAV 3072, and then MP3 32, MP3 128, and MP3 192. So it's not bad, but you know, definitely seen worse. I'm gonna obviously keep it set to 3072. I have that set at that to keep it as best quality as I can. And then yeah, what I figured I'd do to test this thing is plug it in, yeah. Basically, pretty sure I got that the right way around. Yeah. So that's what I intended to do. So I was just gonna have a look. It does have this. Let me hone in on you. It does have this voice activated. You can turn on voice activation, and it does have a noise cancelling capability. So we might try that on. But first off, I've got this plugged in. So I'll just and obviously it's working. So I'll just press record. And we're recording away. It's just big red flashy button right there. It's still going away. I like that it conserves its energy. Right, okay guys. Well, I screwed up. Basically, what I did, what you just heard, was the external mic on this thing. It sounds friggin' awful, and yeah, don't use the external mic on this. The speakers on it, they kind of just sound like the speakers you would expect to hear off this. You could listen quickly back to hear what you've just recorded, but in general, I wouldn't bother. I quite like the flashing red light to let me know that's what's happening. I like the fact that you turn the power off. You have to hit the power button before you can even stop the recording. So this can be rattling around in a bag and stuff like, and have that button nudged and it's not going to stop. So that's good. I like how lightweight it is. It's going to be super handy for what I need it for. So the 64 gigabit professional digital voice recorder with playback, high capacity voice activated recording device, 2 inches screen, extended battery life, reliable for meetings and lectures. $29.98. So far I think it's decent, and basically from here on out you'll be able to know whether it's decent or not, because every time you see this attached to me, I'll probably be recording with this because it's just like 100 times easier than having to have the PC on. Obviously we're going to be doing the repairing the water loop on that and looking at the pump in the next day or so. So watch out for that video. That'll be obviously using this recorder because the computer's got to be off for it. Well, it doesn't actually have to be off. I can't actually leave it on because I've got it separate at the minute. But by the by, so far this thing sounds all right. The voice cancellation, me personally, I think I prefer it with it off because it does exactly what I thought it was going to do, but worse, I thought it was actually going to work on cancelling out the background talking, but it just kind of almost digitizes it, makes it almost pixelated, almost like sort of robotic instead in the background. I think I'd rather hear the natural. So me personally, I don't use like noise cancellation things anyway. I prefer having the raw data, and I'll just tweak it in the editing software. But yeah, so if you're looking for just a recording device to record your audio on, it'll do inline. So if you wanted to record something you know, music wise or whatever, just to transfer it over to something else. Like, you could just do that. You can record it through the jack and then literally just, it'll digitize your music for you and you can get it straight onto the computer. So it'll work as a little transfer through as well, like that. But for me, it's just going to make life so much easier. It means that I can give you crisper audio, especially when I'm outside of the flat, or like say down at the garage. Say I'm doing some work on the on the build, on the case build and stuff, which will be for you guys. I know it's taken a long time, but I've run into some financial issues and stuff, but it is coming. And remember, hopefully with that I'm successful, because with the first one, with the sale of the first one, we'll go into the purchase of the next one, and then like obviously these custom builds will just keep going and going. But hopefully one of you guys will be able to pick it up for a half decent price. I'll probably auction the first one, just see where we land. But yeah, that's a future video coming. That's like next year now. Obviously with the RAM crisis in place, unfortunately, when I had the opportunity to buy RAM for that system, my kids needed something, and so frustrating. But I do have storage for it, you know. So I have got parts for the system, and I have got like some of the materials to build the case. So yeah, just stay tuned, guys. I'm going to get that pushed forwards in the background, especially building the case and stuff ready for the build to go into. So there will be videos on that. And yeah, this little recording device seems okay, so I think it's all right for 30 quid. Obviously future time will tell, but I'm guessing it's pretty good on battery, because it seems to like turn itself completely off apart from that flashy light whilst it's recording, which is pretty good. So I'm guessing the battery life is pretty long on it, and it just seems like something that I'll be able to just leave to record. These are probably going to die first, do you know what I mean? So happy days, I'm happy with it. But yeah, let me know what you think. Are you looking for a little recording device so that you can just switch over audio, take music from somewhere, or say like even a musician, like a electric guitar or something, if you're going to just feed into it, it'll record to a point, do you know what I mean? You've got 3072 kilobit a second, so that's what it'll record up to. That's what we're recording on now. So yeah, fortunately for me, like I said, I didn't want the voice cancellation, so that didn't bother me in the slightest. So yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. It's a bit of a rough hodgepodge because I messed up, but Merry Christmas! And I'll see you in the next one. Well, tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Love you back.
Like and subscribe. Thank you.